Hey, we are back today. What's going on, gang? It's your friendly neighborhood DP Brown, the writer and creator of the Theme of Thieves, and I got my fellow Comicsburgh, folks in the house. So it's a beautiful day today. I got my man Marvin, writer and creator of The Edge, and we got Herrenberg in the house. What is going on, Manny? How you doing, buddy?
Hello, DP and Marvin. Welcome to this lovely day, the launch of you're gonna tell us.
Oh yeah. We're launching today the Comicsburgh #1 special. All right, so it's a beautiful day. Finally in the launch process. So we gotta congratulate ourselves, pat ourselves on the back.
Nice.
All right. So finally, got it. Finally trying to get this done and everything. So before we get into like the nooks and crannies of what all that is, as far as the Comicsburgh special, we're going to get into some house cleaning stuff. So make sure that you are, first of all, welcome to the Comicsburgh show. This is a show that we try to do, as often as we can, and we basically do a lot of from script to store stuff. Letting you know how to make a comic, how to put a comic together, and you also let you know what Comicsburgh is about, what products that we have coming out, and what features, that we have coming soon on from like the Comicsburgh stuff. We have The Edge, we have Theme of Thieves, we have Herrenberg, we have Trillion, we have Incubator Productions, we have Page Alred stuff, we have Beowulf, from Grant Lankford, everything from the Comicsburgh library. We feature on what's called the Comicsburgh show here. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, thank you. Make sure that you smashing that subscribe button, also hitting that notification button. So anytime that we're on, that we're on. Make sure that you're following us at Comicsburgh. We love for you to, make sure that we're getting enough followers so you can know exactly what we got going on. Anytime that we're putting something out. Want to thank our newest partner, Barmy Soda Company and everything. So got that going on. So we got make sure that you also go on to comicsburgh.com, because that's where you essentially get everything Comicsburgh related, all the news and info stuff that we got going on as far as Comicsburgh. So want to make sure that you're going to that website, because it's a really good website for everything that has Comicsburgh related stuff on there. And as Manny mentioned earlier, I'm sorry, make sure that you send us some feedback at info@comicsburgh.com. So if you have any Comicsburgh questions, even if you just want to say hi and everything, we love getting your feedback and just for you saying hi to us and everything. So we got a podcast too, so make sure that you're subscribing to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also on Odyssey. Also make sure that you're supporting your local library, public library. So can't always can't mention that enough and everything. Support the library so they carry the stuff, not only our books, but the stuff that you want to go out and read and everything. All right, so what's going on, guys? How you feeling today? Ready for this launch?
Yep, definitely.
Right. I was born ready.
Was born ready and everything. So basically what the Comicsburgh Special 1 Kickstarter launch is about. Well, we put together, a preview of our best Comicsburgh, stuff. We have stuff from pages from Beowulf. We have pages from The Edge. We have pages from the infamous Herrenberg. We have pages from Trillion. We have pages from Incubator Productions. We have 6 creators, from the Comicsburgh, collective. That basically just got together and put the special together, just like how you seen with if you notice like Image with the Energon universe and Marvel putting together specials. This is our own version of our preview special, highlighting the best that Comicsburgh has to offer and putting it out and giving it out to you and everything. Anything you guys got to say about that?
I mean, the plan is to always to cross all the barriers and to let you get a look at everything that we have to offer. I mean, unfortunately, we couldn't put any Barmy root beer in the book. We also couldn't put the Edge hot sauce or the Edge coffee. But maybe if you see us at a convention or you check out the website, you can get some of that stuff.
Yeah. We also couldn't put the Comicsburgh T-shirts in the book either.
Not in the book.
No, but people can get those at the conventions. Yeah, so there's contributions from all 6 creators, mostly previously released material, but not everybody has seen this stuff. And also, there's fairly new stuff. Like, for example, The Tourist is pretty much brand new. Can I say what my contribution is while I'm here? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and get into it. So
Sure.
we want to go ahead and launch it, and then we'll start talking about like the stuff that we have. So
Oh, right. Okay, great.
Let's go ahead and launch the Kickstarter. While we have it up.
Ready?
Marvin, are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, let's make it official.
Are we? But we're born ready.
All right, let me get to my screen share here.
Let's make this thing official. Count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Whoa, slow down.
So it's like rapping on the desk and everything.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't have it in Chrome. I got it in Kickstarter. Let me log in.
Yeah, while he's doing that, we spent a lot of time putting this stuff together and everything. And the reason why we're putting this product out, the Comicsburgh Special, because when we first got together, it started out as a small thing, and it sort of like grew into something bigger as the years went by and everything. And we found ourselves wanting to actually put a physical product out there so we could get into like more stores and getting the word out on Comicsburgh, what Comicsburgh has to offer and everything. So getting your help with actually helping us put this out and everything not only helps us, it also helps you, to let you know, let everyone know, what Comicsburgh is about. And we're so excited to have you guys see the stuff that Comicsburgh has to offer. As Manny alluded to, some people haven't seen everything Comicsburgh related. So you may have just read like The Edge, or you may have just read like, Herrenberg stuff. But here you also get like the Theme of Thieves. You get the other Trillion stuff. You get Beowulf stuff. Something that if you didn't see it in one aspect, if you met us at a con or whatever, you can actually get into this special.
And you can find what all 6 creators are doing and what they're up to. How's it going, Marvin?
Logging in now.
And it's a big variety of different stuff. We got like Beowulf, like the fantasy stuff. We got superheroes with like Herrenberg and everything. We got action adventure with The Edge. We got like a little thrill stuff with like Trillion. We even got like comic funny stuff with like the Tourist and everything. So Comicsburgh runs the gamut of the variety of different stuff. And we just want to just make sure that you're getting everything related to us. So we, of course, good news, the project has been approved. So we are ready to launch. Can we get that?
Did you put a time in there? 11:59.
Well, I mean, you can launch it anytime, so it just has to be launched by that date.
Just gotta push that green button.
No, I'm saying, well, this is when it ends. Did you want it to?
Oh yeah. I put a time in there, so it's 45 days. So yeah, it's a 45 day. It's a 45 day thing there.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Yep, we are ready.
Just so you know, it ends a minute before midnight.
A minute before midnight.
So you can't eat after it ends. There's no eating. You can't eat anything. You can't eat after midnight.
Let's go ahead and launch this bad boy.
Ready?
So we can get any. All right.
So you gotta read the fine prints.
3, 2, 1. Booyah! It's always a nervous thing when this thing launches. All right, congrats. Our project is now live. It is now live. That is a chapter that and everything. Congratulations, fellas. We finally got the project live after all this time.
Woo! Good going.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and while we have like the video up, let's go ahead and show everyone the video of what we got Comicsburgh for the trailer video.
Let's do it. Exciting.
Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood DP Brown, co-owner of Comicsburgh. What happens when independent creators come together to build something bigger than themselves? This is Comicsburgh, a creator-owned comics collective bringing together original stories, bold ideas, and the next wave of independent comics. And now we're launching a limited edition preview special featuring 6 incredible titles. Beowulf, a modern reimagining of the legendary epic, blending myth, legacy, and brutal consequence into a bold new vision of a timeless war. The Edge, a grounded, character-driven story where extraordinary abilities become pressure, fear, and responsibility in a world desperate for control. Theme of Thieves, 2 teens and a mysterious being traveling through time to try to solve the mystery of why people vanish in the present. Ehrenberg, female superheroes rising from the city of Pittsburgh, protecting their home while balancing the real struggles of identity, responsibility, and community. The Tourist from Incubator Productions, a nice short about a traveler. Trillion, a sharp modern story about power, wealth, and consequence. When influence grows beyond accountability, who controls the outcome? High stakes conflict and the grounded character drama, Trillion explores the ripple effects of unchecked expansion. This limited first printing also includes exclusive collectibles in select tiers, including a Theme of Thieves metal bookmarker, Comicsburgh stickers, the Edge swag, and much more. After launch, this preview will be distributed complimentary in selected stores to grow readership and expand Comicsburgh's reach. But this first edition printing, like I said, is limited. This Kickstarter helps fund future issues, creator compensation, expanded distribution, and the future of creator-owned comics. Back the campaign, support independent creators, and help build what comes next. Comicsburgh. Back the Kickstarter now.
Got 5% already.
5% already. Man, that's a beautiful thing, man. Let's go ahead and get us back on the screen here hold on for it. Let me get you. There we go. All right. All right. So yeah. So guys, basically we're on. I mean, you could actually keep that on the screen, Marvin, so we can see exactly what's going on during the time that we have a lot to hear on our Comicsburgh show. But yeah, I mean, are you guys excited?
Very much. It looks great
all
up there, man. I'm looking at my own version of it here. It looks great.
Awesome,
already 2 backers in like seconds. All right.
In seconds and everything. So thank you for the backers who just backed. If you're watching the Comicsburgh show right now, thank you. We definitely appreciate you. When we get to the time to shout out, because we'll actually be doing another show for about a half an hour tomorrow night to continue to promote this project and everything. And basically, like I said, it's a way for us to bring the projects together so we could get it into more hands and everything. Well, I love the fact that we can actually put, a preview of the different stuff that we have, the projects that we have going on, finally putting it together for people to, to see what Comicsburgh has involved. We've been putting so much work into like conventions, time into like, doing shows and everything, doing like, videos and everything. For us to actually put this together has been a major, endeavor. And finally getting it to a point where it's actually almost, out is a beautiful thing. And for funding for the project comes from you. I mean, it's a really great thing, and we'll be going through the different stuff that you can actually get in the Kickstarter, in a few minutes here. But, anything that you guys want to say regarding, how your feelings about like the project?
I think really excited about what the future holds for a lot of this stuff. So make sure that, hit that backer button, man, get something. Even if you just want to put $1 in, and if you can't pledge, share it with your friends, because sharing is caring.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be expanding our reach. More and more people are gonna see what everybody in the collective has to offer as far as creativity and the new projects coming out. So if you can't back it, like you said, and we hope you can, then definitely share it out to everybody you know. Post it on your Facebook, your Instagram. Post the link to the Comicsburgh Special #1 Kickstarter.
Yeah, and we'll be you know, you're not, it's up for 45 days, so you know this is the launch day and everything, so just be expecting us pummeling your, you know, not inboxes, but you know, your social media platforms, letting you know that this thing is there. The biggest obstacle in these Kickstarters is just reminding you that it's still a Kickstarter out there. You know, that's like half the battle itself. You got so much content and so much stuff that, you know, that's distracting you that you got to pay attention to. But the fact that we got $42 already from people who have their art, put their hard-earned money, you know, into us. I mean, it's definitely a beautiful thing for us to be appreciative about and everything, and to us I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. So we definitely appreciate you supporting so far. Many more days to come and everything. This is just like the first day, and we definitely want to you know, let you know how much we appreciate you, you know, as far as that. Let's get into like a little bit of what's involved in like the Kickstarter, Marvin. So if you want to pull up the story and everything, and so we can start letting people know what we got in here. First of all, this is our exclusive first printing cover. You know, so I'll take out the banner here so you can actually there we go. All right, so yeah, this is our future. This is our first edition cover and everything, drawn by who, man? I mean, Marvin.
That would be Mr. Mark V.
All right, the legendary artist of the Edge. And we have featured the man in the red suit, aka Crazy Man from the Theme of Thieves in there. We have the Trillion character. You know, we have and who else we have, guys?
They got Randa from the Edge.
We got Poderosa from Heroinburg flying through the sky. We got Beowulf right next to her with his wings. We got the tourist. We got the tourist, Isaac's character there with his camera. And then very cute right on the garbage can, we got the little magical talking cat, Mooney from Beowulf.
And this is something classic, guys, because like I said, #1, it's a limited printing that's going to just be in select stores, and it's not going to be available after this. So get this thing now. So this is the first time we have all Comicsburgh characters all on one, you know, one scene, one, you know, picture and everything, one image. You know, we hope to soon, you know, at some point maybe have like crossover adventures, but this is really the first time we crossed over into like an image and everything. And Mark did such a really grand job as far as you know, putting like that image together for the cover. And it's also a gatefold cover, you know, right, Marvin?
Yeah, it's a wraparound. Well, I mean, depending on how it gets printed, so it could either be a gatefold that folds in, or it can be a wraparound cover, so front and back.
Yep. And so, you know, we'll let you guys know about that and everything. But wraparound gatefold, you'll get the full image, which is a proud thing that, you know, Comicsburgh was able to put together with all of his characters and everything. And you know, there's you know, me, Grant Lankard, and also, you know, your friend Marvin, you know, right there on the screen, right there. Man, he's ducking away somewhere, you know. We can't find him, but he's somewhere, you know.
I don't know. I think I may have taken that photo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you had the cameras. You probably did and everything.
Yep.
But yeah, the Comicsburgh exists to champion original stories and the people who actually make them. You know, our catalog spans like genres and tones, from supernatural thrillers to time travel mysteries to mythology-inspired epics, with character-driven dramas. All the stories are created by us working artists. That's the most important thing. You know, we're still, you know, have our like regular jobs. It's not something that we do. We wish we could do full time, but this is not something that we do full time. Hence the whole reason that we're actually doing like, you know, the raising the funds for like this project. So at some point, you know, we want to, you know, fund more stuff so we can actually get in line to actually do this stuff like full time. But not at this point. We're on the track to do it. But like I said, it features 6 creator owned series. The comic is 44 pages. And like I said, it will either be a wraparound or gatefold cover, and it will be complimentary in select stores. And I want to actually stress that complimentary and select stores. So we'll put them in the stores in limited runs. Not everyone is going to have access to the runs, depending on where you live in the country and everything. So that's why it's very important to get this Kickstarter now, so you can actually get your own copy before it actually gets into stores. Because the stores, the people in the stores won't get everything that's within like the Kickstarter, like the swag, like the bookmarks, like the additional stuff Kickstarter backers will get outside of people who actually get stuff in like stores. Excuse me. All right, keep going up, Marvin.
You mean down?
Or down? Yeah. All right. So as I was saying, it's a complimentary. I'm sorry, it's a first edition print, and it'll be signed by all the creators. So I mean, where else can you get a signed copy from all the creators of a previous special, such as something like this? It'll also be hand numbered, with each signed copy that you get. So it's not only it's a limited first print edition, it's hand numbered, it is signed by all the creators. So this is just going to be something special that you could put into your collection, and you'll get it first before everyone else, get in the stores. The people that get in the stores will not have their sign, So for getting the Kickstarter version, you get it, such as that. So like I was saying, we have Beowulf. If you want to, flip up that cover. So this is one of the the books that you receive the pages that you receive in the book, and it's by Grant Lankard, writer and creator of the infamous Beowulf, from like the old school story that you probably read in high school and everything. One of our most popular books at conventions. I mean, what would you say, guys?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
People are always looking for the old Beowulf, and they perk up like, Beowulf. I know that.
Can you give us a brief description, Manny, on what Grant's book is?
Yeah. So imagine if Beowulf, the ancient hero from the legends that you read about in high school, was reincarnated in modern times as a 30-something slacker, beer drinking, sitting in his chair there, and he has to rediscover the powers of the ancient Beowulf, but he can't do it without the help of the kitty cat there on the left, who is a talking sorceress cat named Mooney. He's 600 years old. And then his more recently born teenage owner on the right there, her name is Hazel, with the green streak in her hair. And Beowulf has to rely on the two of them to grab his sword and grow his wings and rise up to the challenge of fighting a dragon who is awoken after 1,000 years. And that's what you get in the first 6 issues of Beowulf by Grant Lankard.
Hey, Grant will be so proud of you at this moment. That was such a grand and great description of, his comic and everything.
Thank you.
I said, this is what you, and then, like I said, this is what you'll get, within like the Comicsburgh Special and everything, a preview of what that book is. So hopefully, if you like that story, you'll be able to continue on and go to comicsburgh.com and even in your comic shops to, buy the rest of the series and everything. So here you'll see a brief page, of what the artwork looks like, and what exactly, what the beginning of the comic is going to be about. So that's a beautiful thing. All right. And that's Grant Lankard, writer and creator of Beowulf. We'll see him tomorrow. He'll pop on here when we do our second show, preview show and everything. And then, of course, we have the infamous Edge, The Edge by Marvin Wynn. What do we got there, Marvin? What is The Edge?
So The Edge is a story about people with extraordinary abilities. I'm just going to read what you put here, because I mean that makes sense. That don't feel like gifts; they feel like pressure. As forces close in and alliances blur, the line between hero and threat becomes dangerously thin. Fast-paced, character-driven, and grounded in emotional realism, The Edge explores identity, responsibility, and the psychological toll of standing out in a world that wants control.
Some complex stuff, man, and you've been working on The Edge for how long now?
Since, we're going back into the 90s, bro.
Ooh,
97?
Yeah. these concepts that we have are, you know, are long gestating.
Yeah.
You know, when they come into fruition, it's a beautiful thing. So
They've been
said,
percolating for decades.
Percolating, gestating, you know, waiting to be born and come out, you know. So it's a beautiful thing when they do. And here's a picture of image of, you know, what you would get within the special and everything. So hopefully, you know, when you read it, you know, you'll be like, okay, I got to go get that too over at you know, Comicsburgh and everything, you know, comicsburgh.com. And like I said, you know, these were in shops like, you know, for years and everything. We're looking for distribution for our floppies. We actually got like a distribution, you know, deal with IPG for our trade paperback. So we're looking to redistribute some of these, you know, once we get back into the shops and everything. Fortunately, Diamond, you know, went out of business, so we had to you know, figure out a way to get more of these in the shops and stuff. So yeah, this is like, you know, comics. This is like the edge. So really great artwork, you know, from you know, Mark V, you know, the legendary, you know, artist that does like all the edge work and everything, who did the Comicsburgh cover, you know. So you know, it's just a beautiful thing as far as that. Next thing up, you got the Theme of Thieves by your friendly neighborhood DP Brown. That's me. You know, I'm the writer and creator. And what you have there is just a bloody cover, you know. So like the Theme of Thieves, hey, it's just blood all over the paint and everything. What's going on there? You know, trust is fragile. Secrets are currency. So the Theme of Thieves, basically, you know, in a world of calculated risk and hidden motives, the Theme of Thieves follows characters pulled into a web of deception, loyalty, and betrayal. The series blends character drama and with intense-driven storytelling, focusing on relationships strained by secrets and ambitions. It's about two teens and a mysterious being traveling through time, and they're trying to solve a mystery of why people disappear in the present. So if you like, my cohorts hear me say this all the time at conventions. If you like Lost, if you like Quantum Leap, if you like The Wire and everything, you know, when you start reading the stuff in Theme of Thieves, you're going to be like, okay, I need to get more of this. This is a page from Dan Ickes, you know, shout out to him, who did like the first couple issues of the Theme of Thieves. So you get like a gander of that once you get the special and everything. So excited for you guys to check that out and everything. So next up we have Trillion. Okay. Trillion. We got like a brief synopsis of that, Marvin?
Yeah. So Trillion is, I mean, you want me to just read what's there? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Trillion explores scale of power and of wealth of consequence. When influence expands beyond accountability, who controls the outcome? Through high-stakes conflict and grounded character arcs, the series examines ambition, systematic pressure, and the human cost of exponential growth. A sharp modern-day story about control, responsibility, and ripple effects of unchecked expansion.
All right, Trillion, you know. So can't wait for you guys to see that, you know, one of our newer Comicsburgh stuff. And here's like the you know, a page from that. Artwork is super, you know. And
that's Pinello. You know, yep, Pinello art.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And yeah, he'll be on one of the shows and everything. So we'll get him throughout. Like I said, we're gonna do stuff, you know, as far as the Comicsburgh show, getting like individual creators of this, you know, other stuff, and we'll be getting more in depth on like the history of like, you know, the stuff, the origins and everything, where they get their inspiration stuff as we go throughout like the campaign. So you're going to be getting just like a full-fledged history, you know, and a good gamut of everything that we have Comicsburgh related. So just get ready. All right, what else we got here? Heroinberg, what we got there, Manny?
Yeah, that's correct. So imagine a fantastic version of the city of Pittsburgh, where Comicsburgh is based, where a meteor explodes above the city and gives about 30 women various amazing powers. Some of them, of course, use it for good. Others use it for exploitation and evil. Some switch sides for drama. And yeah, it's just a story about how the various women deal with their powers and work amongst each other to either advance the cause of justice or their own selfish desires. So what we got in this book, the Comicsburgh Special sampler, is what we had a couple years ago, where comic strips created by both Benjamin Zeus Barnett, and Wayne Brown in a now defunct news weekly called The Current. So previously, the only place you could see these were in newspapers, which no longer existed. And now we reprinted them, 6 stories from The Current, 6 comic strips using the Herwenberg characters are all reprinted in the special Kickstarter. So you'll get to see a whole bunch of characters and get a feel for how they fit into the Herwenberg superheroine universe.
Awesome. And last, we got Incubator Productions. Do we have a description of that, Manny, of what Tourist is about?
Sure. So it says Yitzhak Yonatan, that is Isaac Fisher, also known as Isaac Fisher. And the Tourist is a guy who kind of glides through various other countries, taking photos of things he likes to see and getting involved in little scraps and troubles all the way along the way. And here you can see he's kind of in an Asian megamart and eating some street food. But yeah, you find out along the way, excuse me, how the tourist reacts to the various situations that he's visiting. And it's humorous, pretty funny.
Awesome. We're great to have some humor and stuff. We got the serious stuff, and then we got like the bright stuff. We got like action. We run the whole gamut as far as that. What makes this Kickstarter edition different? The store version will help us grow readership. So that's one of the biggest things. Want to help grow the readership of our various Comicsburgh, comics and everything. And it helps us grow the company. So basically here's what you get that the retailers want: a first printing mark. The Kickstarter copy will be individually hand numbered as part of the limited first printing edition. Backer, website acknowledgement, so you get your name on our website, on our on the wall. Okay. Early digital edition access, so you get it before we even had the comics coming off the presses and everything. Once they get printed and everything, you also get private backer updates from us. And like I said from the beginning, this is a limited print one. So we never reprinted in this format. So this first printing edition won't be printed again, and it's in a limited capacity in select stores. That if you get it for yourself at Kickstarter now, won't have to worry about trying to grab it once it get into stores.
And it only exists because you backed it.
Yeah, exactly. Because we couldn't do it without you. So
Nope.
It's a beautiful thing. So thank you for the early backers, and thank you for everybody in advance who does back. So you'll get a $6 digital supporter edition, which is like basically the digital edition of the special. You get the Kickstarter edition, which is what the $15 tier is. So this is probably going to be our most popular, that fit, and it's the edition that will be signed. It'll be hand numbered. And then, like I said, it's the first edition copy and everything.
So Marvin, we'll need you to refresh in a minute, because we've tripled our support in the last few minutes.
So guess what we got for that? Okay. All right. And you also get like the collector pack, the community builder. So once you get into like the tiers, reward tiers, you'll see the different stuff. And Spotlight supporters is something I want to highlight, because we've been selling ads and everything within like the comic itself and everything. What they used to do, and like old school stuff, selling like different ads and stuff. And you could be a Spotlight supporter. You can have if you're a YouTuber and everything, or an influencer and everything, and want to have your ad or your special spot within the Comicsburgh special, this is where you go. So starting at $100, you could potentially get like either a quarter, a half page, or a full page ad, depending on the tier that you choose and everything. So in a digital copy, what's even more beneficial is not only will you get like your ad there, you'll get a link within like the digital copy to your particular website, to your particular YouTube page, to wherever you want the link to actually go. So anyone who's actually getting this special and everything, will be able to just digitally go right to your stuff and everything. So I'm pretty happy about that.
I would like to acknowledge that we have 3 supporters locally: the comic shops, Geekadrome, Phantom of the Attic, and New Dimension. But yay, yeah, exactly. But like DP said, we could definitely use YouTubers and publishers from around the country throwing in on this Comicsburgh special.
Yeah. And thanks, and just like Manny said, thanks to Geekadrome, thanks for Phantom of the Attic, thanks for New Dimension for supporting us. They've been supporting us long since we've been doing this. So we definitely appreciate all the comic shops who have been supporting us, and making sure Comicsburgh is in the shop. And like I said, we'll be giving back to you and everything, just like how you gave us so much support. Letting us put up our tables in your shops, letting us get our comics in the stores and everything. And I want to say that Comicsburgh, if you could back me up on this, Manny, is probably the most known locally owned publisher within the Comicsburgh community.
I would say that, and also not only that is true, being the most prominent locally owned collective, but I would say that most likely we would have the book out available to recognize local comic shops both in Pittsburgh, around the country, for Local Comic Shop Day itself, which this year is officially also going to be known last Saturday in September as Comicsburgh Day in Pittsburgh.
Definitely got to big up that and congratulate that and everything. Comicsburgh is getting well known in the Pittsburgh area. People are just knowing the stuff. Manny's constantly on the street, plugging away, not only the his Harrisburg stuff, the Comicsburgh stuff, letting people know that we're out there. Manny's been Marvin's been on the a digital aspect online and everything, making sure people are knowing this Comicsburgh stuff with the hot sauce, with the root beer and everything. I mean, we got Comicsburgh root beer. I mean, who has that and everything? We're just expanding our outreach to all these areas. And the basic thing is letting you guys know that the brand is out there. The brand is strong. Hopefully come to a point where we can bring on more, artists and more, product and everything. So, we can, just keep that Comicsburgh thing going and stuff. So to just getting, we'll do another show, like I said, for half an hour tomorrow, just to get a little bit more of the explanation of what we got with this Kickstarter. But in selected tiers, we got Comicsburgh swag. We got like the book on the Theme of Thieves metal bookmark. We got, of course, the Comicsburgh stickers, Epicurean stickers. We got Trillion stickers. We got like the Edge stickers. We got like Harrisburg, stuff and everything. So this is Comicsburgh swag that you'll get in selected tiers and everything, depending on, what you're back and stuff. So make sure that, if you want that Comicsburgh stuff, this is the time to get it, because the stores will not get this. Okay. So it's like I said, one of the best times for you to actually support Comicsburgh, and we definitely appreciate you. The Comicsburgh, the Kickstarter will be for 45 days and ends on July 17th. So that doesn't mean that you gotta wait until then, last minute, to back us and everything. Do it right now while you got the time and you're thinking about it and stuff. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks to print the stuff. So as Manny was saying, we're trying to get this done in time for local comic shop day at the end of September, so we could feature these in the stores and stuff. And why should you back this campaign? Because this is a founding moment. It's creator owned publishing, and all creator owned publishing needs the infrastructure. It's a complementary distribution that grows the readership, but support the fund. It also funds sustainability. When you back this campaign, you're not just buying like a gander of what we got. You're investing in independent creators, sustainable publishing, expanded distribution, the next wave of Comicsburgh stories. We love getting you the stories and everything. Own the edition that made it possible. Get this edition because it will not be reprinted in the future. All right. And help build what comes next. We got so much stuff coming out in the future and everything. If you want to be a part and actually have your name on something, that shows, that you were part of it, it's time to, put your money where your mouth is. Back the Kickstarter now.
And let everybody I'm sorry, and let everybody know that Pittsburgh is a center of comics creation in the 21st century.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's go back to the top. Let's see if we got anybody else that hopefully you know
refresh Marvin.
Okay. All right. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Comicsburgh appreciate you. We appreciate you. You know, it takes a lot for you to spend your hard-earned dollars and actually come back and give it to us. And we definitely want to thank you. And let you know that we won't disappoint you with the stuff that we got going on. We want to first and foremost entertain you. Make sure that you're entertained with the stuff that we got coming on, because we don't do this for our health. We don't do this in a vacuum. We do this for you. So thank you for all 7 of you guys that have supported us already. And we want to make sure that you guys are sharing our Kickstarter. Go to your different social media platforms. Share our stuff. Make sure you're letting everyone know Comicsburgh has something special going on right now, and you'll be able to actually be a part of it. We want you to be a part of like the party and everything. So definitely appreciate you, coming together and supporting our stuff. Anything lastly you got to say, guys?
Oh, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel already. And make sure you're either backing. I mean, you can give at least as low as $1. You got $1. Everybody's got $1. I've got $1. Got $1 right here. Check it out. Got $1.
There we go. There we go.
Share everywhere.
Yeah. So even if you don't do it, you probably got a friend who's in the comics and everything. Even if you're not in the comics, you got a friend, who may actually, be interested in stuff that we got going on. And everything's right on the page. So, it's there for you to actually, get and receive and stuff. Manny works hard, we want to make sure that, everything he's done on the street is a beautiful thing. And Marvin has done such a really great, thing, making sure that, Comicsburgh is out there. And I want to thank all the creators in the Comicsburgh, collective, on the things that they've done to contribute to making sure that Comicsburgh is, the preeminent publisher in the Pittsburgh area. And
when you share it, don't hesitate to mention that it's from Pittsburgh. You got anybody who represents the Steelers, the Penguins, the Western Pennsylvania, the industry, anybody who enjoys the wealth of comic shops we have here, the conventions, etc. Share it with them. Let them know that Pittsburgh is on the come up.
On the come up. It's a beautiful thing. So as Marvin said, just make sure that you're, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Smash that subscribe button, hit that notification button. So anytime that we're on, that we're on. If you're watching us on Facebook, thank you as well. On Instagram as well. Anywhere that you're watching Comicsburgh, make sure that you're letting people know Comicsburgh is in the house. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow for a half an hour with Grant Lanker, writer and creator of Beowulf. So we can talk with him, and we'll be letting you guys know more about this Comicsburgh special. Keep it moving, guys. All right, peace out.
See you later.